The latest single for Charlie Puth's next album, Whatever's Clever, ! Is out. It's called Cry, and it features Kenny G, the great instrumentalist. I am excited for this one, mainly because we have heard snippets of this song as of late with Charlie Puth's marketing, but also with the giant sort of live leak that he made on Instagram of a lot of the songs on Whatever's Clever. So, that being said, we might get a different version of it here. Charlie Puth likes to work well into the release of his album, or the pre-release of his album. He does tweaks here and there, so this might be different. Just like with Beat Yourself Up, there was a slight difference between the one that we got and the one that he teased, being that the one that he released ended up coming shorter in runtime. So I'm interested to see, if I find any differences. Also, just listening to the full studio version with headphones and stuff like that. I'm very excited for this one. For those of you who have been following my channel and my reactions to these Charlie Puth tracks, the first song that he released, Changes, I think is the best one out of the bunch. Still, Beat Yourself Up has some great elements and stuff like that, but overall, just doesn't really, I think, do it for me as one of the greatest Charlie Puth songs, but I am starting to see the vision when it comes to the consistency of this new album, how it's going to sound. I think this might be the most consistent Charlie Puth album ever, in the sense that all the songs that he's going to put out with this album just fit and synergize really, really well. And so as an album experience, the album might be great, and it might be greater than the sum of its parts. You know what I mean? So the whole is going to be much greater. And I think that's probably going to be the case. Just listening a little bit to the transition from Changes to Beat Yourself Up and now eventually to Cry, I imagine, there's a lot of DNA in between all these songs, and it just sounds like they all belong together, right? And a lot of that is due to the 80s and sort of funk nature of the album. Sort of, Peter Gabriel, yacht rock type of sound to it. And so, and this is a new direction for Charlie, and, it's not the worst direction he could have taken. So I'm really interested to see how Cry connects with these other two songs and how I feel about it really in the end. So let's do it. We're going to react and analyze the track, and I'm interested to see what you have to say as well in the comment section below. Let's do it. Nice.
Promise I'm not trying to scare you. I know this life can be a lot, and you'll get caught up in your thoughts like my father. But he told me, whatever hurt you come across, you better get up when you fall down. And through the ebbs and flows, life is a push and pull. But for a tree to grow, sometimes
Wow. Really, really solid track here. My God. You know, I think this song definitely confirms that I have a love-hate relationship with the mixer and the mixing of this album. I've said with my reaction with the songs before, I just feel like some instruments, some parts of the song don't really have the time to shine. They're not really at the forefront. And so it's very bothersome, especially like Charlie Puth's ad-lib game, dude. Like, I feel like it's been really lacking with Beat Yourself Up and Changes. With Cry, his ad-lib game is really, really good. But again, the mixing really brings it down because his ad-libs are just buried in the background at the very third act of the song in ways that, like, you know, his ad-libs are usually not that buried. You know, like with his previous albums, these ad-libs are much more pronounced. They're much more at the forefront. And he's doing a great job with them. I just, you know, and I'm glad that the saxophone is pretty loud in this one and in the third act of the song. I think the piano solo in Changes wasn't as pronounced. I would have rather it be a little bit more pronounced, the strings and stuff like that. This one, at least in the string department and the guitar and stuff like that, they are a little bit more pronounced in the mix, which is really, really nice. I think out of Beat Yourself Up and Changes, I think this one is probably the one that's mixed better instrumentally, but vocally, again, those ad-libs, like, listen to how great these ad-libs are at the end. It's so good. Cry. It's that's in there, but you could barely even hear it. I really like the chimes in the background as well, sort of creating this swell. It's really beautiful. The acoustic guitar is great in this song. There's electric guitar, but there's also acoustic guitar sort of giving flourishes to the chord progression and stuff like that of the song as we hear in the verses. I think the chorus is phenomenal too. I think the verses are fine. I like the pre-chorus a lot. The pre-chorus is very beautiful.
And through the ebbs and flows, life is a push and pull.
Very good.
For a tree to grow, sometimes it just has to rain. It's not for nothing.
I love that. It's really beautiful. It's a perfect transition into the chorus from the pre-chorus. It's really beautiful. I think the song is, you know, it's slow. It's a slow ballad. It's a great transition, right, from Changes to Beat Yourself Up and to Cry. It makes sense to have much more of a slower ballad. And I also think the drums here are interesting in that they sound really like dry. Like, and I think it actually like is maybe metaphorical to the song, right? In terms of like, because this song is dedicated to Charlie Puth's father, right? You know, basically saying like, yeah, you're really strong and everything, but it's okay if you want to cry, you know? And I think, right, maybe the drums being so dry, I mean, obviously they still have some form of reverb to them, but they sound the driest compared to the drums in like the other songs. Like they don't have a lot of, you know, what's the word, decay to them, you know, like they don't really last that long. It's just kind of like a very, like the snare is just very like muted immediately once it hits. And maybe it's a metaphor to, you know, the dryness of his father, right? And how, you know, perhaps emotionally detached he may be. He's trying to repress his emotions. He's not really trying to express them, right? No water, right? No crying. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but that's what I thought with the drums.
Trying to scare you. I know
This percussive instrumentation here is just, it's super dry, dude. Like, it almost sounds almost like a demo, you know? Like if Charlie Puth just started to demo the song and he wanted a drum part to it, he just sort of put some things together and didn't really do much to enhance the sound of the drums. But I think obviously that was intentional. Charlie Puth wouldn't do anything for no reason. So I think it's really cool.
trying to scare you. I know this life.
Do you hear how like it hits and then it just like kind of sucks back in? It almost literally sounded like it was going to have a decay to it, and then it just immediately was sucked the life out of it. You know, I think it's really fantastic.
Trying to scare you. I know this life can be.
It's really fantastic stuff. I may be looking a little bit too much into it, but who knows? Overall, I really, really like this song. I think it's a great song. By the end of it, I'm totally in it. I really feel it. And I can't wait to listen to the song in the album, you know, just sort of in sequence. I think it's fantastic. And Kenny G's solo, right, like, is fantastic as well. It really, it's the crescendo of the song. It's the climax of the song, right? It is what Charlie Puth would like his father to do, right? Express himself, fly, you know, cry. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable like that. And I think Kenny G's solo really encapsulates that in a musical way, because like there's this sort of, you know, mellowness to the track and this sort of reserved nature to it. But once that solo comes in, you know, the song just blooms, right? Just letting it all out, right? Metaphorically, from an emotional perspective, you know, not being afraid to just bawl your eyes out and go for it. It's just absolutely beautiful. Piano. Dude, those guitar chords are, dun, dun, that's straight up Human Nature, dude, to it. Are you kidding me? That's Michael Jackson Human Nature right there. I'll play a little bit of a snippet for you right now. Right? Doesn't that sound like it's fantastic, dude? It's great. The acoustic guitar they're coming in. I also think this song reminds me a lot of Cry, coincidentally called by Michael Jackson. I think for some reason, Cry, the word in a song, like, I don't know why, but just like maybe like mood-wise or melodically, artists sort of tend to tackle it the same way. Like, I think the melody, the chorus to Cry by Michael Jackson is sort of, for some reason, I just find it similar to this one. I don't know exactly, like, but you can, hopefully you know what I'm saying here, but I really like the way that Charlie Puth does it here. I also think, you know, it's the chorus is an allegory to the journey of pain and emotional expression, you know? There's this sort of crescendo with the chorus melodically, and then once he hits the cry lyric, it just sort of like, just like, let's go, you know, like, and there's this sort of like pull, there's this sort of like push and pull to it. Let me see if I can show you an example. I guess it's actually the opposite. It sort of descends a little bit. Like the first part of the chorus kind of just stays. There's a sort of this high and low. It's really beautiful. And yeah, on the contrary, I guess it's sort of creating the contradiction, right? It's not rising and then like falling. It is sort of descending and then falling. But those are my thoughts on Charlie Puth's Cry. I think there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of allegory, metaphor. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. This one is definitely... Is it my favorite one of the bunch? I mean, Changes, the chorus is still fantastic. I think Cry as a song is a very, very strong song. I think just as a song, it's much stronger compared to the other two. So that's my opinion though, but I really wonder what you have to say in the comment section below. Do you like the song? Do you dislike the song? How are you feeling on Charlie Puth's Whatever's Clever album? Give this video a like if you like, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content, you want to see more stuff like this. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, you beautiful creature. But I think that's it for me. You all take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you.